Now Rel figured something out. Ah, here it is. Here.
This human skeleton is curled up in an unnatural position. It is inside a void suit with a hole burned right through it.
What are these things?
Someone has carved a strange pattern on the floor. As you look at the lines, a fog descends over your mind. A single look at this strange pattern is enough to send your mind reeling.
Okay, activate the pedestal. Should I? Okay, let's do it.
Perhaps we should stop turning these things.
Something is happening. A war preparation. Let's go.
I won't tolerate weakness.
What? Was it me who carved this out? Why can't I remember anything? Okay, redirect the energy. Okay, it... Oh, do we need to make a pattern? So, wait a second. So... Oh, wait a second. So... And do a pattern like this. Let's redirect this. Okay. You see, it starts to look like that. It's gonna go here. Yep. Okay. Redirect.
It seems the pattern no longer works.
Okay, why it doesn't work? It says it should be... Oh my god. So 1 2 3 4 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Ah, it's a pentagram. So we need this one, yeah, to go here. Then this has to go here. Now redirect it again, like that. Then you redirect it. I'm trying to do this pattern. No, redirect, good. Then you gonna redirect here. No, here, good. You, I want you to ready. Kind of looks like.
Look, in the jaws.
Yes. Open the chest. Ancient Forsword. Whenever the wielder suffers energy, fire, power, warp damage, this sword absorbs a part of the damage. Is this Kibellah? Where are you? Oh, yes. But you have psychic force. Oh no, because you have the... Oh, you're losing the brutal strike. No. No, no, no. It's nice to have, but... And it's a one-handed, the other one is two. Oh, wait a second. So, do I have another sword? Because you see, this one is a one-handed. Oh my god, looks so cool. And... Cargo management. Let's see. Can we search for sword? Okay, you have here some swords. So you have this one, which is a one-handed. and this one, which is also one-handed, 7-11, and this 8-12. Let's see Kibellah. I wonder if I can give you 2 swords. So this. Oh, but you cannot. Ah, you can. So does it mean this combines? This would be 8-12. So this added would be something like 20, almost 32 if you hit. Huh. I want to try this one. Yep. I totally want to try that one. Okay. Now let's go on back on the ship. Yeah, I want to see Kibellah with 2 swords. Now let's go there. How much do I have? Go away. Ooh, we need this. Okay.
This lone mountain chain is composed entirely of a mineral with a shiny, mirror-like surface. The mineral itself has no particular value for production. Its properties make this place incredibly beautiful. The sky is brilliantly reflected in the many surfaces of the plateaus, oddly shaped rocks, stone arches, and columns. The view is especially stunning on clear starry nights, or when aurora trails dance in the sky. The enraptured crew have asked the Lord Captain's permission to visit this remarkable place.
Yeah. Grant the leave.
The shore leave passed without incident, and the ship's officers talked about it for weeks afterward. Even the xenos Yrliet marveled at the rock columns sprinkled with reflected stars. She even deigned to speak to the other officers, telling them the place reminded her of Crewmates, her homeworld.
Okay. That's very cool. No, we are not fighting this. Okay, so we have 4. Now, let's go there. It would be nice to be able to do a double click.
During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported strange gatherings that were attracting dozens of officers. An investigation quickly bore fruit. One of the acolytes from the augur deck has proclaimed himself a prophet and is rambling about purification by blessed fire. Only the perilous influence of the warp can explain the strange convictions and uncanny zeal of this person.
Yeah, this we did. Put the cult under surveillance.
Spies reported that the cult gatherings were hardly worth investigating. They were nothing but long conversations punctuated by people searing their palms over an open flame. The surveillance was maintained until the end of the warp journey, after which the newly born prophet simply forgot about his calling, stopped giving sermons, and dismissed his congregation.
Yep, that's good. He's a smart one. All right, now let's... There's no way we can go from here. So here we already charted. Where are we? So we are here. Yeah, we're gonna visit this one. Just so... Actually, let's do this already here. So... You should be... Okay. I know. It's deadly. So I want... do this. Okay. It's dangerous. So let's get more. So come all the way here.
A mysterious sickness struck the clan living in one of the macro cannon chambers. The disease quickly spread, causing the afflicted to writhe with unbearable stomach cramps and expire after several days of agony. Before the officers could react, the neighboring clans took the issue into their own hands and flooded the chamber with carbon monoxide. The macro cannon was put back into service, and the vigilantes were punished for subjecting the rogue traders' servants to mob justice.
Okay, we got away this time. Visit this one.
During the warp voyage, the navigator's sanctum reported there are warp reefs right on the ship's course, the fragments of the Sea of Souls given material form. The navigator may either steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight.
Yeah, let's approach the warp reef.
Following the Lord Captain's orders and the navigator's instructions, the void ship approached the warp reefs
Good.
and passed the sharp formation without brushing against a single one. No one on board noticed anything in particular, but it became a momentous event for the navigator, who gained a special understanding of warp emanations.
Navigator insight gains 6. Oh my god, this is so cool. I got 6. Oh, okay. We go here just for the sake of going there.
There was a malfunction in the engineering chamber during the warp journey. The accelerator cogitators stopped obeying the tech priests, and for a few precious moments the ancient machines were left to their own devices. The crew managed to avoid serious breakdowns or accidents. Several acolytes of the cult Mechanicus were turned into servitors as penance, and the bosun gave out several triple watches to the voidsmen who dredged up the old rumors about the cursed ship.
Okay, we got away this time. Go there. Chart new routes. Okay, we got one more. Let's see. What do we have here? How many extractums I have? Let's visit. I'm just gonna visit planets. I'm not gonna go to visit ships and so on. Oh, nothing. Nope. This?
The giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from orbit.
Examine them.
It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or a nefarious xeno structure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that.
Okay. And this? So, provisions. I have 5. Yeah, let's get some. Good. And that's more than enough. And now what we're gonna do, we go back. We go back all the way here. Mundus Valencius.
The tech priests reported a brief malfunction in the Geller field generator that left the vessel exposed to the warp for a brief second. According to the Enforcer reports, something did manage to get into the ship and is now prowling the dark corridors of Loading Bay 5.
Isolate the chamber, ignore the reports, or send patrols. Yeah, send patrols.
Several armed teams left to search for the unknown creature that had invaded the vessel. All but 2 returned with nothing to show for it, but hair turned prematurely gray and horror stories of what was happening in Loading Bay 5. One team brought back a bizarre trophy allegedly found behind a shattered bulkhead. The last team was never seen or heard from again.
Okay, I got heretic trophies. Go there. Alright, nothing happened. We are almost there. Good, nothing happened. Now, let's make it just unsafe. Let's not go crazy. That's enough. We have 6. Okay. Visit. No. So where is that guy? Yeah, plus steel we need. We don't need Prometeo. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. How are my colonies? Ooh. We did this, Dargonos. So what do we have? Ooh. We can do nothing. What about Webos? Warp guides. I got, ooh, Iconoclast. Look at that. I got a lot of Iconoclast. Can I do something else? No. So where am I with the Iconoclast? Oh, 182 out of 200. And once I reach the Iconoclast 3, the allies spend 30 less momentum when activating Heroic Act. Good. Oh. Should I do? I'm running out of X. Actually, but these are... no. I have already too many. This.
A small planet gently wrapped in amber forest greets you with a ruby-colored dawn. Basil von dem Clerch, the local governor, gives the rogue trader a warm welcome. After several glasses of Damascene, the sweltering ruler asks if Rel von Valancius would like to keep him company during the upcoming hunt.
Sure.
After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. Basil von dem Clerch points at the sky. A flat disc rises over the horizon, constantly morphing its color and shape. The forest grows silent and empty. You can no longer hear the singing of birds or even the rustle of wind. The governor nods with satisfaction, and a few shapes step into the clearing. Their bodies are twisted by an unknown phenomenon, and you watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty cackling of their brethren, turning the bony growths and pulsating flesh of their scaly hands toward the unnatural thing in the sky.
Oh my. Ask the governor what is going on.
The governor smiles coyly. You are about to see with your own eyes what is happening here.
I don't trust him. Okay, order your men to eliminate the mutants.
Having armed themselves with flommers and chains words, your party cleared out several acres of nearby forest. The scouts report destroying several villages inhabited by heretical entities. Basil von dem Clerch excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of Distortion. It is he who is the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle his chariot shines its light upon the world and bestows transformations upon his most ardent followers. The rogue trader may become one of his heralds.
Ooh, governor. Wow. I don't like him. Execute.
The governor's head separates from his neck with a distinctive squelch. Black and brown blood seeps into the soil beneath his corpulent body and is immediately transformed into a writhing tangle of worms that burrow deep into the ground with unnatural speed. You return to the ship pondering what to do with the world and, more importantly, what to do with the king of Distortion.
So order that the crew chart a course to the anomaly known as the King of Distortion.
The senior officers observe suspicious activity emanating from the twisted celestial body at the heart of the system. The chaplain advises you to get ready for a potential encounter with spawn of the archenemy, so it may be wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics, sacred wards, or blessed effigies of the Emperor. Aflame with a plethora of colors, the distorted celestial disk trembles slightly beyond the endless windows on the captain's bridge as the rogue trader's ship approaches its center. An otherworldly voice, cold and enveloping, enters your mind. What could this puny wretch possibly offer a king? The officers on the bridge look around, perplexed. Their eyes are full of terror and confusion. Many clutch their heads and let out long howls of pain. Some empty their stomachs. But most, pale and exhausted though they are, have joined the Lord Captain in resisting the entity's influence.
So ask, who are you talking to?
An endless flow of images fills your consciousness. You see horrifying scenes of millions of tortured souls. Their screams rend your mind. Their pain pierces you with 1,000 red-hot needles. King, ruler, the one who is obeyed. That's all you can make sense of, although you see much more.
Command the entity to release the minds of the Amberworlders from its grip. Yeah?
The king's mocking laughter rings in your ears, and a deep red trickle runs slowly from your nose and over your lips, leaving an aftertaste of salt and metal.
Attack the entity with every cannon on board. Order a ship-wide 1,000-voice prayer service over holy relics for the protection of Amberworld, the Imperium, and your own souls. Yeah, we do this.
Deafening gong strikes are heard across hundreds of decks. Your eyes are misted with red, and your gums bleed as your subjects fall to their knees all at once, in a shared prayer to the God Emperor. The holy relics from the ship's temples melt from the ardor of your speech, and the entity screams and writhes inside your brain, struggling to break out. Many drop dead during the first minutes of the prayer, unable to resist the corruption. However, others immediately take their place, unfazed by the sight of their fellows turning to dust in seconds. Then a nauseating stench engulfs the ship's decks like a wave, causing people to retch forth their innards. Finally, every deck is plunged into darkness. Ghosts of the past walk among the living, stealing breath from those weak of spirit, and still the prayer is not extinguished. It is hard to tell if the prayer service has lasted several hours or several days. At some point, you feel your very essence overflow with heat and power, and then the intruding will falters. The distorted disc vanishes from the void ship's augers, as if it had never been there, and at long last, everything is quiet. As everyone slowly recovers from what just happened, reports begin to come in to the captain's bridge. You've lost a third of your crew in the unequal fight, and the fortunate survivors are going to take quite some time to come around. All hail the rogue traitor.
Okay.
The golden forests of Amberworld look enchanting, even from orbit.
Should I proclaim myself the sovereign of Amberworld? Or demand tribute from Amberworld, or leave them alone? Yeah, let's leave them alone.
The golden forests of Amberworld look enchanting, even from orbit.
No, I'm gonna proclaim myself the sovereign.
From that moment, the world belonged to the rogue trader alone.
Yep.
Your people eradicated the settlement's housing and the unclean followers of the profane cult. The corruption instilled by the King of Distortion loosened its grip, and the estates of Amberworld can breathe a sigh of relief thanks to the efforts of their new ruler. Yet malicious servants of the archenemy still lurk in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to wrap the planet in a web of heresy. Evil does not simply disappear without a trace.
Okay. I don't demand tribute. Or should I? Yeah, sure.
Relieved to be free from the archenemy's yoke, the planet's subjects gratefully send you their humble gifts.
Okay, so I got mobile extractium and provisions. Okay. Good. So the guy was not here. Maybe he's here? How many I have? 7. Unsafe. Unsafe is good enough. And let's do this one. So he is in one of these. Which one should I go? Last chance of Serene or Lapidus Mortus. I don't know why, but the Lapidus Mortus sounds so ominous. Let's go here.
Ship's enforcers notified officers about a strange insect-like creature appearing on the astropathic chamber deck. The entity was destroyed, but the incident was recalled a few days later when one of the astropaths lost his mind, shrieking about a splitting headache. The psyker perished shortly after, and the autopsy revealed the presence of countless bloated larvae consuming his brain. The corpse and the insects were safely disposed of.
So the ship left the hostile Immaterium and returned to real space. Alright, let's visit this. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Enemy of humanity. Nope. Nope. I have enough plastilium. Actually, go there. Yeah, this. Yeah, this we take. Nope. Where is he? Xenotech. How much I have? 6. Let's get one more.
Charred ruins have been detected on the planet's surface. The architecture, building materials, layout, and passages betray their xeno's origin. There are currently no signs of xeno activity on the planet, and the ruins seem to be abandoned.
So run a detail scan.
The burnt husk of an Imperial shuttle has been found in the heart of the ruins. The pilot's remains are badly damaged. It would seem the shuttle smashed into the building at full speed, causing the fire that destroyed it.
So Sister Argenta believes the crew has found the remains of a martyr who sacrificed themselves to protect humanity from the Xenox threat. She proposes to erect a monument and hold a service in their honor. Jay said Aeldari is impressed. I don't care about Aeldari. Kibellah claims that the pilot's fierce and fearless spirit has not departed the remains to go to the Undying One. She proposes to honor the hero and decorate the bow of the flagship with their bones, so they may continue to fight the enemies of humanity. The Lord Captain orders that the ruins and crash site are to be left alone. What are we getting if we do this? The being rammed, the enemy void ship deals minus 10% less damage and has its hit chance reduced by 15%. Both effects run. So this is good for the ship. Yeah, but I kind of go with this. Argenta, yep.
Hundreds of crew members disembark to honor the nameless hero, while many more remain on board to listen to a voxcast of the liturgy in the somber gloom of the decks. Even though the pilot's name is unknown, their sacrifice will be remembered in the hearts of the Imperium's true children.
Okay. So, here.
A vigilant member of the Augur crew has detected a small Xeno's vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no signs of being crewed.
So, open fire or send a boarding shuttle or continue. Okay, send out a boarding shuttle.
The squad boarded the vessel without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew.
What?
The interior is full of Aeldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now-defunct ship. The Xenos Yrliet claims to have recognized the symbols on the dead Aeldari's clothes. They were civilian refugees from Craftworld Crudarak.
Okay. Yeah, so we are not going to that ship. I'm not sure if he's there or not. Oh, there is another one here. Just make it unsafe. Okay, we have... Ooh. I'm not going there yet. Good.
An unidentified object has been located in the system. The artifact reacts to our transmissions by releasing unknown radiation,
Found him.
most likely of Xeno origin, the cogs are reporting. If you want to get a closer look, we need to close the distance between the vessel and the object.
Yep. Found him. But first, exploration. Oh, this is a gas. Okay. Ooh, ship components. Ah, by the way, we need to repair a little bit. Yep. Good. Because we kept getting damage by doing all those warp travels. Promethium. I think Promethium I have a lot. Yep. What is this?